Hi, this is a requested video. The request is from Love Guinea Piggies 12, Number 1 Guinea Pigs, Hammy Helpers, and Dennis 2001ish. So it's a fairly high requested video, and it's to do hamster care. So we're going to start off with the cage. So I definitely would consider getting a really big, good sized cage for your hamster. Obviously it's really important to start off with the cage, because the space in the cage is really important for your hamster, because that's obviously what they're going to be living in for the rest of their life. I definitely recommend the iMac Fantasy cage, just because you can expand the levels, so you have more toys, more space for your hamster, which is just what they need. That's the main reason why I love this cage so much, because you can expand the levels however high and however more levels you want you can have, basically. And there's actually a pretty decent amount of space on each level as well. So but obviously you always need to make sure you have the expansion packs for this cage, because otherwise it will just get too small, because you only have your base bars and the blue bit. So you really want to have more levels, otherwise it's just too small. But that's the great thing about the cage. Other cages I recommend, I'm just going to show you quickly. This is the Hamster Heaven cage, and it's a really big cage. It doesn't actually look that big on there, but it is massive. It's actually meant to fit 7 dwarf hamsters, I think. When I got this cage, I used to have this cage for my Pastorian hamsters. So you can see there. But yeah, it's a really big cage, lots to climb on. Also has the barred roof, so you can fit lots of things, and you can hang things from the roof. Also, I love the fact to have the tubes going on the outside, and also having the little penthouse. Although I must admit, the tubes are a little annoying to clean and things, because there's so many. And yeah, the tubes just got really annoying. But other than that, it was a really big, spacious cage, and I recommend it for anyone. Another cage I recommend is the Alexandra small pet cage. It says small pet cage. It's mainly hamsters. It's a massive cage. When you take out all those levels on there, it's absolutely massive. It's a little bit more bigger than the Hamster Heaven, to be honest. So it's a massive cage. Again, brilliant cage, I'd recommend. Also has a really big door on the top, so really good access. And you also have little doors here as well. So you can keep some levels, but you have so much space when you take that all out, I'll just tell you that. So that's another cage I'd recommend. And again, lots of good length and space. So they're just a few cages I recommend. So now I'm going to go into things you need inside a cage. So always need to consider making sure you always have lots of hamster toys in the cage for them to play with. So we have a hide and seek cube here. We have a little hyacinth geotunnel down there. So just make sure you have tunnels and tubes and lots of things for them to climb on top of and play in and out of, because that's what hamsters need when they're in their cage. So yeah, just keep the cage really exciting and interesting for them as well. If you want, you don't have to, but you can actually potty train them. Honey is actually officially potty trained now. As you can see, she's actually weeding there. She weeded in there earlier in the morning. So I'm actually really happy that she's now potty trained. I did take the tip from Number 1 Guinea Pigs, which was to keep the potty in the corner where they wee the most. She does wee down there quite a lot, so that's actually worked really well. So thanks for the tip. Yeah, so Honey's sort of waking up now. Got a big bed over there. Another thing they always need, definitely, is a wheel. They must always have a wheel. Without a wheel, they probably would not survive, because they'd probably become obese. Hamsters always need a wheel to keep active, fit and healthy, and lots of exercise. They always need a wheel, so that's a must in the cage. A wheel. Harley would not survive without her wheel ever, because she's on it constantly, every single night, running on it. That's a science spinner wheel, by the way. So that's a few things you need inside the cage. Other things you need are chews. Definitely chews. I'll just show you quickly. I'll show you one of the chews that she's been gnawing on. As you can see there, she's been gnawing on this quite a bit. So there, she's gnawed on that, and that is really good for her teeth, because it's wearing them down and keeping them nice and healthy and trim. She also has like a little apple stick here she likes to sometimes gnaw, though she hasn't actually bothered with that one. And she also has a little small ball, rush ball, which she sometimes chews and gnaws on too. So all these things do keep wear down their teeth. and keeps them nice and trim and healthy, because hamsters' teeth are constantly growing. They're always going to need shoes that are going to keep their teeth down. So I think that's about it for things in a hamster cage. Now I'm going to move on to hamster diet and treats. So this is her food. I'm just going to quickly tell you what it consists of. So it just basically consists of Harry Hamster and the Pets Home Hamster Muesli. That's all it is in here. I do really recommend mixing in foods because it does add nutrition to hamster's diet, and it also gives them a bit more of a selection to select from their food as well. Honey does eat all her food as well, which is brilliant. So she is actually intaking all the nutrition that she needs. So she's a really healthy hammy with this food. And yeah, that's her food. I'm going to give her a scoopful and a half scoopful. So about that much in total. She gets that every single day. Obviously make sure the food's fresh every single day as well. So you want to make sure that you give them fresh food every single day, and also plenty of fresh water every single day. It's always best to have fresh water every single day rather than every other day, because it just gives it less chance of bacteria to build up, and it's much fresher and better for your hamster in total to drink out of and eat as well. So that's the hamster food. Now I'm going to move on to treats. Most treats you want to stick to are definitely natural treats. Definitely recommend Woodlands. Woodlands range with treats are brilliant. They're always so healthy and they hardly add anything in their treats. Like these are brilliant. Honey loves these so much. These are the Woodlands fruit salad. You can also, just put that up there for now. You can also get natural fruits and things from your local food shops. So like the Fruit Factory. I got these from Morrison's. These are just the 12-pack lunchbox mini snacks. You get raisins and sultanas and apple, and then you also get raisins and apricots. So Honey loves these as well. And they're all natural. They do not add anything in there. If you read on the back, it does say, I'll show you very quickly. On the back it says that there, no added sugar, and all those things they don't add in. So then, also aromatic crunchies are brilliant. There's no preservatives, additives or anything in there. Again, 100% natural. She absolutely loves those. Now I'll move on to unhealthy treats. These are most likely treats I give her once every 3 weeks or once a month. It's best for your hamster to have that. So she gets a cube of this every once 3 weeks. Big cube of this, because it does have a lot of honey in there and lots of seeds and fatty nuts and things in there, so she does get that fairly sparingly fed. Same with this, she gets a good gnaw of this once a month. This is just a new one I got. And then she also gets a good gnaw of this once a month as well. I sort of spread out the treats, to be honest. Sorry, my throat's going a little bit. This is a seed and honey sandwich, and she gets a cube of this. Depending on how many of the treats I've given her, usually about 2 months, I'd say. Just because there's a lot of honey they have in there and other little things they've added in there. So yeah, that's the basic diet for her. I also recommend these. These are really natural as well. Apple, berry and banana cubes. It does say here, 100% natural treats with no added sugar. So, treats. Definitely recommend giving your hamster mostly natural treats, and now and again some unhealthy treats like CD type treats once every 3 weeks or once a month. It's always best for your hamster having it that way. It just means their diet will be much healthier, much happier, and it'll actually it could actually extend their life capacity, because it's actually known if you give your hamsters more fatty, unhealthy treats, it can shorten their life because of all the fat that's clogging up around their heart area. So it's always important to keep your hamsters on a really healthy diet. Obviously you don't have to take on my advice. You can obviously choose what you want to do, what you think's best for your hamster. But that's what I think's best for Honey, and she's doing really well. So now I'm going to move on to other things like cleaning out the cage every single week. Obviously make sure you do clean out the cage every single week. And I also spot clean the cage as well during the week sometimes as well. It just makes the cage cleaner and easier to clean out when it comes out to the clean out day. Other things I recommend doing with the food, I also recommend scattering a bit of food in the cage now and again. It just keeps your hamsters fun and interested, and it just gives them something to do. Instead of eating out the bowl the whole time, they can actually look around the cage, burrowing down the food. So you can hide it in little hidey areas like in the cube here, tunnels, under the bedding, even behind the wheel even, and in the little tubes. So yeah, it's a brilliant idea. I definitely recommend it for anyone. And yeah, so other things you need to consider is also having enough time to be there with them, to play with them every single night. You always need to make sure you have enough time for that. So giving them lots of love, attention and care, handling them to make sure you have a good bond with your hamster. Because obviously at first it can be a little bit tricky with trying to tame them. And also, this is a hamster ball. These are brilliant toys as well, brilliant for playtime. They love roaming around in the room, rolling in this hamster ball. Honey does anyway. And it's also a really good source of exercise and just keeps them really interested and gives them something to do. So I definitely recommend those too. So that is the hamster care video. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry this video is so long. Thank you so much for requesting this video. I also want to say please subscribe to those 4 pet channels I said at the start of my video. So Love Guinea Piggies 12, Number 1 Guinea Pigs, Hammy Helpers and Dennis 2001ish. Their videos are absolutely amazing. They're all fantastic, brilliant channels. They look after their pets so well and they really deserve loads more subscribers. So please subscribe to them. And there, that's the video. So please comment down below, subscribe and request any more videos, and hope you enjoyed. Bye!